that's like gross. All right, I got 11 a.m. I'm gonna call the meeting to order. Please turn your cell phone off or mute it so it doesn't interrupt us. We'll do roll call. Becky?
Sure. Bob Olson,
Here.
Tom Kitson,
Present.
Jack Scrogstead,
Here.
Mike Copine,
Here.
Mike Zeman,
Here.
Jim Sheeline,
Here.
Tom Wilson,
Here.
and Dean Creel.
Here. Thank you. We'll go around the room. Nancy? Paul?
No, nothing other than what's on the agenda.
Alice?
Nothing other than what's on the agenda.
Okay. All right, we'll move on to approval of minutes from previous meeting, July 16th, 2026. Anybody got any changes or corrections? If none, they're gonna stand as presented. Move down to reports of committee chairs. We'll start out with claims. Mr. Zeman.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, book out here. 2 meetings to report on. July 22nd, 9 a.m. Wednesday. We went through 43 claims, added 2, so a total of 45 were forwarded to the county board. No rejections. August 5th, 9 o'clock. 66 claims, all were forwarded to the county board for approval. And that's it. Questions?
Questions or comments? Thanks, Mike. We'll go to county services, Mr. Scrogstead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. A lot of the department reports are in the onboard. I just want to highlight a couple of things in the election department. Nancy indicated that she provided us with a sample of the postcards that she mailed out. About 20,483 cards were mailed out. With the postage and the cards and all that, it cost approximately taxpayers $20,000 to mail that out to people who wanted to be involved in a mail-in ballot all the time. So they constantly got to do this all the time. And in the sample that she provided, there's a check mark that people could have marked that they don't want to receive this postcard. And the newspaper did an article. It was a really good article. They put it all out there, trying to inform people that, you know, that this is out there. If you don't want to save a little bit of our money, this and that. And I says, after that article came out, have you had any come in to indicating you didn't want the card anymore? And she indicated no, they haven't had any. But there are about, did you say about 2,000 people that requested this, or there's another 20,000 that said not?
2,000 that have already handed a postcard in, yeah. And I don't know if you saw, it was all over the Rockford News last night too.
Oh,
that-
okay.
You know, because everybody's obviously mailing those permanent vote by mail postcards at the same time. So there was a huge thing on the Rockford News last night too. So hopefully it gets people out.
Good.
or return those postcards, I guess I should say.
So that's just one of the things that hopefully we can save a little money if we can get people to opt out on getting this postcard every year. So that was one of the things we kind of talked about. And then obviously we have, we're looking at an amendment that we'll pass on to the full county board today. And Alice provided some information on how we're looking at the overlay district, AKA, you know, update the information for the, what's the word? My gosh, I can't think anymore. Yes. Data centers, you know, to update that, that ordinance. So, and then I think we're going to be looking at possible today to pass it on as a 90-day or 3-month moratorium on those. So that'll be coming up later on for a discussion. So anyways, that's what happened with us.
All right, any questions or comments? Thanks, Jack. We'll go to Mr. Gopine, Public Safety and Court Super Services.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Public Safety met last Tuesday on the 11th. relatively short meeting. Department heads were busy and some couldn't make it. So the information that was submitted is on file. If you have any questions, you can take a look at that and I'll get back to you.
Questions, comments? Thanks, Mike. We'll go to facilities maintenance. Mr. Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We had our meeting on last Tuesday. Everything's going very well. Everything's on the onboard. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
The front, we're gonna go out the bids yet on that, or where we?
The front, we just had we just met with the architect, and our administrator is getting ready to put it in the paper, hopefully by this Friday. So within 2 weeks, we'll have bids coming in on that, and then we'll choose contractors and hopefully get the ball rolling out front. So.
Questions or comments on that? Anybody? Thanks, Tom. We'll go to finance, Mr. Sheeline.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Finance Committee met this morning and not a lot to report. We've got the financials that are in your packet. Highlights on the financials is that we're finally through the hump, or the bottom of the budget cycle. The first tranche of property taxes have been posted in county general. So now we're going from the lowest point in the year for as far as capital in our reserves and getting seeing money coming back in. Reed reported, and Paul, if you want to make any comments, it sounds like everything's gone pretty smoothly, and actually the what got posted is actually higher than what it's been in previous years. So
Yeah, yeah, so taxes are coming in a little stronger than normal. I've noticed a lot of people are paying both installments instead of just the first, and then the second is September 2nd. So that distribution allows us to give out the money that has already come in a timelier fashion. So we got a stronger first distribution. Doesn't mean we'll get more.
Right.
It just means we've got, our first one is larger. I think it was probably closer to 35%, which is normally, anywhere from 25 to 28%.
but even, as every little bit helps, and in the interest that we derive from having that larger thing,
Yeah.
it adds a little bit of money. So as far as the rest of the revenue goes for the county, the local use taxes in the pits probably is going to get worse. At the same time, that's offset by increases in sales tax and surprisingly enough, personal property replacement tax is coming in strong. And the guidance that we've gotten so far is that that's going to continue. So anyway, so that's kind of offset that. And our tonnage in regards to the landfill and our tipping fees there is pretty much flat. So so that leads me to, we've started the budget process. I want to thank Reed Acree. He took over. I was on vacation and he did the hearings and everything went pretty smooth. Want to compliment the department heads. Came in and were very good about keeping the line in regards to their budget requests, and always appreciate that. So, and also Reed made the comment that also complimenting the department heads that as far as where we are in this budget process cycle, our expenses are coming in right at budget. So we're in actually a little below budget. So, and we need to keep that going because as we've talked about before and continue to talk about, our budget is going to be tight going into this next budget cycle. So we've got one more day of budget hearings, and then we'll be doing budget wrap up, and and then we hope we have something to present to the county there in September. So that's my report. We don't have any Joseph E. Meyer resolutions or anything like that. I don't have anything else to give. So
Questions or comments? Jim? Thanks, Jim. We'll move down. The sheriff's reports in there detailing his events for the last month. That's for information only. Administrative report, Jeremy, you got anything you want to share?
Nothing that we're not going to be going over later in this meeting, so.
We'll go down to 8, county highway building project update. You want to take that?
Yeah, I mean, we're still waiting on, full confirmation with the CPF funds. We're going to continue to move things forward. I think all plans, site plans and designs are pretty much done. So we're really just kind of at the will of our funding source for the 2 million.
Sure. Building, the plans and we got all that?
Yep, that's all ready to go.
All right, good. Anybody got any questions or comments about that? All right. Thanks, Jeremy. We'll move down to new business. We got our electrical aggregate renewal. Mike Mudge is here. Do you got that up there, Becky, or is it? While she's doing that, why don't we ask Mike to come up and there he is.
Want me to be here, up there?
Right where you're at. Fine.
Okay, I've got hard copies if, I brought with me if you want
Yeah, I'll
them.
grab them like she's.
Okay.
Got up there now. Yep, same thing. Yeah, I got one. Yep. All right, go ahead, Mike.
All right. Oh, thanks for, Jeremy for getting us and Becky for getting us on the agenda. We've had some, ups and downs this last year. But last year, I think when we looked at this, we didn't know what the price for ComEd was going to be. And we were looking at new prices that were jumping from 7 cents up to around 10 cents. And, so we did some different things. So now we're back. If the board decided to move ahead, then we're looking at like a December start, because of the opt-out process, so on and so forth. So we've got, four bidders, and obviously, our best supplier and the best rate is, MT Squared, the 1 or 2 year. I think there's a lot of benefits to be going with the 2 year rate. That chart that's down at the bottom, I'll explain that, and that's one reason I wanted to come and talk to you about that. Part of our energy price is capacity. And capacity is the money that's collected by ComEd from every customer, whether they're on supplier or not. And that's given to the generators that bid into this regulated auction that PJM have. The PJM is our grid. Goes through 13 different states. It's the largest in the country. But anyway, that made us jump from about a 3 cent rate for all customers. And now that it's known out to June of 2029, and that's what that chart is. FERC said, told everyone, we're not getting enough new generation built. And you got to redo your bidding process. All generators do a reverse auction and bid into this. So it went from a low of 24.25, that bar that you see, up to $325 per megawatt hour per day. Each customer has a peak load contribution, and that's a multiplier that goes by that, comes out in our energy rate. So it used to be a very small part of our energy cost of 7 or 10 cents a kilowatt hour. The new rate, it's a lot larger now. It's the second highest cost, right behind the energy itself that we're buying. So it's a cost that everyone has to pass on to their customers. So the current ComEd rate right now is like 10.2 cents. And we know next June it's probably going to increase. One of the things that's going on in energy is our new demand for power is vastly outpacing the new power coming online. And we're actually losing because the state wants to eliminate fossil fuels. Virtually all our coal plants are shut down. And as soon as they're down, most of the plant there in the facilities, not the switching yards and that, but that, they demolish them because Texas is a high cost of generating plants. Natural gas plants, recently there was a 5-unit gas plant in Chicago. 2 or 3 of the facilities were sold off and they're moving them down to Texas where they allow it. And that's just taking power off our grid. The other 2, Dairyland in Wisconsin bought. Are they moving? No, they're going to generate right there. But since they're not part of the regulated utilities in Illinois, they can still produce it. We're not getting rid of any of the fossil fuels there. So that's just one example. The AI and data centers and electric vehicles is the new demand. And because there's talks now that they have to pay more of their share of plugging into the grid, and there's alternatives there. So we are increasing. The disturbing thing to me is Illinois has always been an exporter of power because of our nuclear. And 2029, because of our loss of fossil and increased demand for power, we're going to be an importer of power from our neighboring states, which continue to generate with coal plants. But that's kind of getting off track, but I kind of wanted to give you a feel for what's going on. In May, a lot of our customers that were on ComEd got a bill from ComEd, and that rate ended up being about 17, 18 cents was ComEd's rate plus a purchase adjustment. What happened on that in May or February, it was extremely cold. ComEd buys power and allocates so much of it. They were running short. They had to go on the open market and buy power in February when it was expensive. They can't make money on power, but they can't lose money on power. So in May, customers felt that, got that 8.5 cent increase on just that 1 month. So we got a lot of calls saying, what's going on, Mike? The biggest thing is having a price that people can look at and compare. If ComEd goes up or down, they can look at a price and to compare, which is what we'll have if the board goes with another contract, and they can make a smart choice that way. So I'm covering a lot of ground, but I just want to give you what's going on out there and some background on this. So any specific questions?
Yes, Jim.
So Mike, have you, yeah, I know MC squared looks like the cheapest way, but with the uncertainty in the market and we pretty much know it's, the trend is this way. It's not static and there's going to be a lot of volatility. Wouldn't it behoove us? So I'm looking at Direct Energy and, without having had these numbers in front of me, I haven't been able to do the math, but Direct Energy, if we go 3 year, that gives our folks certainty over the 3-year period. Wouldn't that actually be a way to go? And if we're anticipating rates to go through the roof?
That's a very good point. And we've had some direct, actually Whiteside County locked in with Direct Energy when they had the renewal, and it starts in August. That rate is 10.05. So if we lock this in, even though we're starting in December, it's just a little bit better. Whiteside County had the same thought that you had, that little bit more for that extra year buys us a lot. So
I definitely agree. Is this the bids we're going to be looking at, or do we got to wait till the end of the month, or?
well, what we'll do is we'll get you refreshed that prices the day of the board meeting.
Okay.
Because the markets do change every day.
Yep.
They haven't been going up or down. Now's a good time to lock in, and I'll explain why. natural gas produces about 50% of our power in the grid. That's a fuel used to generate steam for spin the turbines. And right now, our supply, our storage, we're ahead of last year's rate and we're ahead of the 5-year rate. And why is this? Because right now we're drilling and producing more oil because of what's going on in the Mideast. If that gets settled next month, next year, or 2 or 3 years from now, whenever, that oil is going to start flowing again. Our producers will start cutting back as the cost of their oil goes down. So, natural gas, as it goes up and down, affects our pricing. And so, to kind of answer your question, this is a good time, I believe. And we're doing a lot of extensions. We did one of the communities in the county, we just locked in 5-year rate Monday night. So that's what they were thinking. Just go out as far as we can. So
When you bid these out, what, for the county, what is the aggregate amount of megawatts or how do you bid this when you send this out?
what we do is we get the data from ComEd of all the eligible people in the unincorporated areas. We send that to the suppliers and they bid that. I don't have that exact number with me, but our farmers help us get a better rate than like people in the city of Chicago, because they use most of their power in the summertime and they're small accounts. Our farmers do. And the city of Chicago can't beat ComEd's rate. So, and then everybody out here in the rural areas, we usually have 2 refrigerators or a freezer and stuff like that. Nobody's running to town for groceries every day. So our average usage goes up quite a bit, or it's higher, and that helps us get rates. Most of the Chicago and suburban areas are back on ComEd because they can't get prices as good as we do. But I can look that up and find out how much.
I'd just be curious what it is if you come Thursday.
I'll email that. I'll email that back to you.
All right. Any other questions or comments for Mike? Thanks, Mike. I'd entertain a motion to move the electrical aggregation renewal to the August County Board agenda. Wilson moves and Copine seconds it. Any discussion? If none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I can still start at the bottom step and make it all the way up without stopping, so. I also wanted to report that.
We'll go to B. We have the resolution imposing a temporary moratorium on applications for a technology overlay district designation. Let's get a motion on the table and then we'll discuss it. So I need a motion to move the resolution imposing a temporary moratorium on applications for the technology overlay district designation. Mr. Wilson moves. Mr. Scrogstad seconds it. I'm writing this down because she's gone. Discussion. Alice, anything you want to share here?
We're just reviewing our current standards. And while we are doing that, we're just asking for a brief moratorium to suspend applications during that time.
Sure. Gives us time to get our arms around it a little better.
Well,
If you like.
Oh, go ahead. Vance.
So Alice, at this time, do we have any applications for any data centers or any activity in the data center realm?
No, I don't have any companies contacting me at this time. Nothing on the horizon at all.
You know, Mr. Chairman, I would normally vote against this and I would vote against it in full county board. I feel that we have a very good process in place. We have a hearing officer, we have ordinances that protect. And I look at data centers are under target under today because of political reasons, not because of factual reasons. The factual reasons are mostly the people cite that you see all over Facebook To me, that's a breakdown in government zoning regulations that are local issues. We have very good protection here in Lee County, and we have a very good process. And I hate to see us get involved in political activity that really, it lends to giving the public an idea that we don't have any protection, which it couldn't be further than the truth. Now, I won't vote against this today because of that we don't have anything on the table at all. But I want you to, and I'm a short termer, so, but I want the board and executive committee members to think about in the future, there's very little difference. I mean, would we be looking at a moratorium if we had a steel mill that wanted to come in local? I mean, there's 100 of industries that we seek, and we have Tom Demmer out there looking to come into Lee County, and they have impact in regards to water, they have impact in regards to electrical use, they have all the same impacts as what a data center is. But since they don't have the name data center, we would welcome them with open arms, and we wouldn't be even talking about a moratorium. So I want to think of what we're doing as far as we're singling out an industry for a moratorium, because really, is it factually or is it because it's political? Now, you know, that's just my argument. But I want the board to be really careful about the precedent that we set moving forward and the tone that we set. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I agree with you. You know, we had the foresight to start the technology overlay district a year ago or whenever it was, and we thought we were getting ahead of it. And we took a lot of heat because we didn't have things, and we were probably one of the counties that did it, that nobody else did. This gives us 90 days to tighten up some things and take fact from fiction and sort things out and come out with something that I think we all can live with. Mike?
Yeah, I haven't seen the overlay map. Do you have something like
There-
here and here and
No,
here? Or is
so
it
that's not how.
countywide?
So how it works is they apply for that designation. So it acts like a special use permit. So
Uh-huh.
they would come in, they would petition, and then once they were granted that use,
Yeah.
then you would see that overlay the property.
Oh, okay. Because in paragraph 2, it says, in areas of Lee County where existing or proposed is adequately support. Well, there's not, for example, Nelson probably could, but Amboy, somewhere else, or,
So that leaves it open so that
it
the
open?
company will have to prove that they can, that location is a viable location for them.
okay, so
through
we
that
don't really
hearing
have
process.
an overlay map as I'm envisioning an overlay map.
No,
Yeah.
it will be parcel specific.
Okay,
So if they meet the qualifications that we have in our ordinance and any additional requirements we add, they would receive that designation.
yeah, okay, yeah. I kind of agree with Jim and Bob on the thing that we have something in place. Is this just so that meeting the other day saying, okay, yeah, we're bowing to what you are asking for, even though you don't live in Lee County. I think we have a pretty good plan in place, but I'm not also opposed to a moratorium. So having said that, I've confused everybody, so I've done my job, so.
And our current ordinance is a great starting point. We just want to review it and make sure there isn't anything that we have overlooked, tighten up some areas. So,
Gives us some breathing room to take a second look at it, make sure we're doing the right thing for the county. Like,
Alice, has there been anything received from the state yet in conjunction with the way they took over and took control of wind and solar?
not at this time.
So there won't be anything until we get something established and then they get involved.
Well,
usually how it works.
Well, I think we need, I agree with the moratorium myself. I think we need to, exhaust our means to completely inform ourselves at our level, then just move on.
Well, the public, they were asking for like a 2-year moratorium. We're only going to be asking for a 3-month to hopefully dig into this. Some of the information that we did receive at a local a conference that we attended where some factual information about these places were, so we can maybe start integrating a little bit of that information into our ordinances to make it a little bit better, to kind of cover a little bit of what the concerns that were out there, to be more transparent as to certain things. So I think, talking with Alice, she thinks about 3 months, maybe 4, to get this thing, ironed out. So, we don't fall in a pitfall down the road. So, this is the reason for that moratorium, so we can get it right. And we don't have to, have these companies come in, do all their stuff, and then the board votes it down because of certain things. So at least we can get her done and do it right. So that's why the 3 months moratorium.
Additionally, just as a reminder, part of that 3 months will include that 1 month holdover that you guys are required to do as part of a text amendment.
And as a reminder, if we're not ready, we can extend it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we can put a 30-day extension or something like that on it, but we're working on it. Alice is working on it. Just gives us some breathing room to, I just assume, be proactive on this than reactive, and wish we did something later down the road. So working on it every day. Tom? Oh, anybody else? All right, I got a first and a second. Put this on the county board agenda for the August board agenda. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I have 2 appointments. We got a resolution recognizing the resignation of Susan Larson from the Ashton Fire Protection District Board of Trustees and the appointment of Jack Erickson to the Ashton Fire Protection District Board of Trustees. Do I have a motion to put that on the August agenda? Mr. Copine moves, Mr. Friel seconds. Any discussion? If none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We'll go down to a resolution of Doug Farley to the Lee County Board of Review to fill a vacancy. Do I have a motion for that? Mr. Wilson moves. Mr. Kitson seconds it. Any discussion? I think he'll be a good fit for what we're doing. So all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We go down to raffle reports. We have 4 raffle reports today. Shriners Jeep Run for transportation. Dixon Pride 50/50. Walnut Fest raffle report for 2026, and the Walton Fest, that was June. Walton Fest raffle report for July of 2026. Can I get a motion to put all 4 of these on file with the county? Mr. Kitson moves, Mr. Wilson seconds it. Any discussion?
Hey, Bob,
Yes.
that was all to do them all at one time. Okay.
Oh, at one time, I'm sorry. Can I get a motion to do them all at one time? There, okay. All those in favor of doing them all at one time, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now, let's do them all at one time. Can I get a motion to put Shriners Jeep Run, Dixon Pride, Walnut Fest raffle for June and July, all on file with the county? Mr. Kitson moves, Mr. Wilson seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thanks, Becky, for catching that. Got a review of per diem report for the county board approval. 2026 meetings for September 2026 payout. That's information only. Move down to executive session. Can I get a motion to enter executive session at what time is it? 11:34. 11:34. Thank you. For the purpose of discussions of 5 ILCS 120/20. 0.06, examination of past executive session minutes, and 5 ILSCS 120/2C11 litigation. Mr. Wilson moves, Mr. Friel seconds it. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Okay, now we need
Um,
roll call.
I think I'd rather do it in there. We can hear better in that other room. Is that okay with everybody?
I need
let's
roll
go.
call. I gotta do roll call. Right?
Yep, got a roll call?
Yeah. Bob
Okay.
Olson,
Yes.
Tom Kitson,
Yes.
Jack Scrogstead,
Yep.
Mike Copine,
Yes.
Mike Zeman,
Yes.
Jim Sheeline,
Yes.
Tom Wilson, Dean Freeze.
Yes.
Bring this handout that Paul handed out earlier.
Thank you.
All right, you ready for roll call?
Yes, but on our, before we get going here, it says consensus to release the minutes. Don't we need a vote on that or not?
Right, so if I do roll call, then you just make a motion to whatever you discussed in there and then make
Okay.
a motion to that effect.
All right. Becky, would you do roll call, please?
Sure.
You're back in open session.
Yep, Bob Olson,
Yes.
Tom Kitson,
Yes.
Jack Scrugstead,
Yes.
Mike Copine,
Yes.
Mike Zeman.
Yes.
Jim Sheeline,
Yes.
Tom Wilson, Dean Friel.
Yes.
And just for housekeeping, Mr. Kitson moved and who seconded that? Copine second coming out of closed session. Yep. All right. I'd entertain a motion to, with the attorney's advice, to destroy the closed meeting minutes.
So do you want me to read off what he has in this?
Yes.
Okay,
So moved. We need the motion though.
Okay.
Tom, you want to make the motion what she's reading off?
We can't destroy them, they're still held corporate.
Oh, I think we destroy them.
so once they're released,
They're destroyed. So do you want to read them off? Then Tom will make the motion.
sure. So February 11th, 2026 executive, they can be released in full. February 11th, 2026. He has that on there twice. I think that's finance. Can be released. May 14th, 2026, an executive, can be released with redactions, or no, I'm sorry, can be released. And then June 18th, 2026. It looks like they can all be released,
There's four of them.
Yep, there's four.
all four of them. Okay.
Yep. Is that your comment?
Released.
Okay, do I have a second? Mr. Friel seconds that. Any discussion? If none, all those in favor on releasing the closed minutes, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Thanks, Becky, for help getting through that. So now let's, Nancy, you ready to go on the county board agenda?
Sure.
All right, let's take a stab at it. We'll start with A, we'll go down to G, all of them, of course, as normal. The zoning, we've got petitions, 1, 2, and 3. Number 3, we've got one petition, the county building official Joe Bay. That's a held over from September. We want that on there, of course. Administrative monthly update, board member comments, public comments. Carla Belzer, we want her on there as well. Reports of committee, unfinished business. We've got held over liquor,
Code.
yep, liquor code. Thank you. New business, we got we talked about today, the 90-day data center moratorium, the electrical aggregate renewal. The appointments we talked about today, Doug Farley to the Board of Review and Jack Erickson taking over for Susan Larson. Executive session, we'll leave that on there. Approval of county officers' reports. Of course, we'll do RS and T, they're all normal. And you'd like a motion to approve the proposed county board agenda. Mr. Wilson moves, Mr. Kitson, or Mr. Copine seconds it. Any discussion? None, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I'd entertain a motion